Aloha guys, let's talk relationship advice, the lottery winning ticket of it. Top 10, starting off with number 1, you're not your body, right? If we really believe we are all consciousness and whatnot, and in individual aspects of it in these bodies, then we're light, and we're soul, and we're power, and we're energy. But in order to feel that, in order to feel royal, in order to feel classy, in order to feel true, one must admit that, I have these specific preferences and interests and dreams, and I'm married to them, and thus in turn only to a dream mate, and somebody who I want to give my soul to. So it's, I would say, child's play to say, I think I like somebody, or hopefully they like me. Instead say, I know who I am, and I know what I want, and when I'm prepared, I'll pursue it. So it's clarity and certainty. And, just imagine it in the sense of royalty. Like, did these people pursue non-committal relationships, like with a girlfriend or boyfriend? I don't think so. In fact, what they do is they pursue one relationship and one special relationship and save up energy. This is number 2. They save it up to build it up. The implication being that just giving it away casually is giving away your energy that you need in order to maintain yourself and define your life and your career. And you need that energy to, you want to give it to create positive things and memories for you and your spouse. And number 3 is the very idea of marriage is in verbal and physical intimacy. It's not some random singular occasion of a marriage ceremony. In fact, it's an everyday thing. It's that connection that you maintain, and you do it with love, and love is a result of doing things that you mutually enjoy together. So you can figure out all this stuff by looking at somebody, emailing and looking at somebody's social media profiles, and realize that and you can even discuss things like the degree with which you are, your health and virility. By the way, that's more attractive than other physical features. Health, skin, and virility, and youthfulness. That will always be superior to other things like wealth or different physical attributes. And this concern, number 5, this concern that, will somebody like me? Will we have a mutual attraction? First of all, it'll only feel good if it's a mutual attraction. Otherwise, it'll be a power, money, sex, back and forth dynamic, and kind of like a debate, or it'll create anxiety, sexual anxiety, all things that you don't need. What you need is you need to be you, and the way you do that and feel like you are forever is by transcending, going to a place where you know that you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry anymore about, will somebody like me? It's either we'll definitely like each other or not. There won't be any gray area of hopefully, maybe. It'll be black and white. You talk on the internet. You even share nude pictures with each other. You basically, you figure out everything before, because anything that where you're together physically in person, you're going to want to verbally or physically seduce each other, and that's a good thing, and it's natural. And that's why it's bad, I think, for people to have too many mixed gender or co-ed situations and environments. Admittedly, with professional work environments, that's okay, but especially with younger people in schools, that creates a negative space where people don't focus on education. All they focus on is the default, or and worse yet, they get desensitized, and they're sexually, they get desensitized because they're around the opposite gender too much, and maybe that may result in homosexuality, which I don't think is a bad thing. You know, people can have quality relationships, but the downside of it is you can't. It's less easy to experience the collective brotherhood or sisterhood of men because you also have this sexual element of, you know, how can you truly be nice to somebody if you feel sexually attracted to them? And you can do that, you know, if you see a person as equal in family. And this is where I'm going to conclude, because it's interesting to consider that it's actually when you respect someone and you care about them, or at least, you know, respect them from a professional competence point of view. You respect, okay, this person's, you know, just a member of society like me. You don't actually want to exchange money for sex or varying degrees of that, which many relationships are. That's the main factor. It's, oh, you know, although we're not dream mates, I've got some money, we can you know, be codependent instead of interdependent. Interdependent is when somebody has activated all their chakras, their needs, desires with masturbation and wants with exercise and creative activities, and they feel good, they feel themselves, and then they find somebody else who has the same interests. And that would be truth. That would be where you're not wanting somebody because they can meet your needs and or sexual desires or emotionally uplift you. And you enter this place, this space of truth. And so go there. I invite you. And remember that there's so much variety out there, and so many people are attracted to each other that you know, really what you'll find is when you become more selective and you have self-respect and feel you're wealthy, feel you're, you know, an individual, you'll be very selective about who you find attractive, and that'll, you know, be by subtle nuances of the cultural approaches and the way somebody talks and moves, and, you know, so go for it and realize that. Be reassured that, you know, even if you and if you don't think your body is attractive, then all you have to do is not have children and invest in other families where you like their bodies, and you want to, you know, you basically only want to be with somebody who you have a mutual attraction with body and sex organs. You know, and my conclusion here, I've actually my speculation is, okay, well then how do you actually start a relationship? Well, after you're sure that you've met the right person, you have similar interests and child-rearing standards, would you abort a child if such and such, similar musical and lifestyle interests, important stuff. When you have all that met, then by talking to each other, or I mean via email preferably, or even you can even do it via you can do it via web camera. You can reveal insights and even personal, you know, your body to them via web camera. But the point is once you've done all of that, what's the one gesture? And I would say it's the guy orally pleasuring the woman, because the funny thing is that, you know, you actually wouldn't want to do that with everyone, and so thus, you know, you're going to be really selective about who you do that with. So that could be an easily, instead of all this fake, half-hearted, oh, it's my boyfriend, girlfriend, or I'm a boy, girl, or just friend, or oh, let's hug, let's, hopefully she likes me, you know, maybe, and all these unknowns, what, you know, what does he or she look like naked, all these unknowns. We clear out all of that. We enter into a science of, okay, these are objective realities. They're not subjective, oh, I hope, or I wonder, or I think I like him. No, we go into reality, we go into science, and we're there. Where that's real love. That's love based upon calculation, not uncertainty, about really having the foresight of being able to say, I would absolutely and unequivocally want to be with this person, whether ups and downs of health and wealth. And you know, you can imagine if you saw this, if this person was in a wheelchair, would you absolutely want to be with them? And if the answer is yes, then that's a good indicator. But the point is no more half-heartedness, no uncertainty, no giving your energy or your soul away to others. Want to give your soul to someone. Thanks for considering.